I'm the bad guy. Duh. I'm the bad guy. I like it when you take control, even if you know that you don't want me. I'll let you play the role. I'll be your enemy.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how you can turn your daily makeup into a more vampy and purpley, kind of seductive, glamorous look. And it's going to be a little bit more purple based, it's going to be very glamorous, it's going to be more like an evening look, so it's going to be a lot of glam. The reason why I want to do this is because I'm going to do a series on my YouTube channel about how I create my perfect base and how I do with that same base different kind of looks. Because at the moment I'm just having not my full makeup stash, so I need to think a little bit about how I'm going to do difference and variety in my looks. So today I decided to create the same base as before, for example, that I did in my previous look. But we are just going to change the eyes, we are going to change the lips, and etc, etc. So in that way you always know in the morning when you sit down before when you do your makeup and you sit there and you think like, okay, you know, I'm always doing the same kind of thing and I just want to change my look. So what we're going to do today is we are going to create different kind of look than what I was wearing in the previous video, but the same kind of brushes, the same kind of products that I'm going to use, that I'm going to talk about, but just different techniques and maybe a different lash or maybe a different application. So in the same time you use products in a multiple way and in a diverse way. So in that you can just like literally create different kind of looks with the same kind of products. It just depends on how you place them and maybe also the combination between the lashes, where you place the products, how much you use the products, how much you blend, etc, etc. Because I already did my base and my eyebrows, we are going to start with the eyes. And the eyes palettes, the eye palettes we are going to use is from Huda Beauty. It is the neon palette, the pink one or purple, and the rich nude palette. And of course I already mentioned a lot of times this Huda Beauty palette. It is just because I'm in lockdown and I'm not able to buy new makeup, so that's why I came up with this series that we are going to use things that I already used a lot before, but just on different kind of ways. So for the first color that we are going to dip in is with a Morphe. What is this brush? This is a Morphe M521. I really like this brush because this brush is a little bit more big and fluffy. So this is perfect to create like the first transition color and to deepen out that crease. And the first color I'm going to dip in is this really beautiful brown color. And I'm gonna start applying this color on the outer V of the eye and starting with the most product on the lash line and just slowly tapping this upwards, blending the edges a little bit on the inside of the eye and then deepen up the crease. Slowly blending already up because I'm placing my brush first flat to press the color into the skin, and then with more like the top side I'm just blending that up. And because I already created that base with the bronzer, this is going to blend seamlessly into the crease. Then to turn this look instead of a warm brown into more of a purple kind of look and shade, like more cool tones and more this purple vibe, I'm going to dip in with this Real Techniques brush. It's a little bit smaller than the Morphe brush, and I'm going to dip in into this darker purple from the pink neon palette. And I'm going to use the same technique as before. I'm just gonna tap this color on top of the brown shade. And in the beginning it looks a little bit strange. It's like you're doing something wrong because you see the color popping up. But once you start blending it out, you see that this is going to turn out very beautiful. Try to stay lower when you blend out than the previous color. That's also why I'm using a little bit of a smaller brush so I can work a little bit more detailed. The reason why I put the previous brown color first is because I don't want this purple to be super bright, and this is from the neon palette. So if you use it on its own and like as the first color, then it will turn out really purple and very bright. So we are just going to tap this on top of that darker brown shade and blend this into that transition color. And as you can see now, we are already turning into more of a purple vibe. And then the last thing we are going to do with the eyeshadow to darken up the crease. And I'm going to use a MAC 217 brush. It's even smaller than the previous brush I used from Real Techniques or from Morphe. And I'm going to dip into this really beautiful dark brown shade. And I'm only going to place this color on the outer V and inside of that purple and brown shade. And I'm going to use the same technique as before. I'm just going to tap the color first down on where I want to have it placed. And then softly I'm blending this inside of the crease. This color doesn't have to show up that much because it's only like to darken up the crease a little bit and to give it that extra lift in the eye and to give it that extra smokiness. If you have any fallout, then just wipe this away with like the brush that you used for setting your concealer, because usually there is always a little bit more translucent powder on top of it, so you can easily like let it stick and then you just wipe it away. Then for the moving eyelid, I'm going to dip my finger into this neon pink eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty again, and I'm going to dip into this light glittery pink shade, pink purple. It turns out more purple on the eyelid, so that's why I call it purple. And I'm just going to tap this on the moving eyelid, starting from the lash line. Actually a completely opposite what I do with the eyeshadows, to darken up my crease. I always start at the lash line. Now I'm also going to start at the lash line, and I'm going to bring those colors together seamlessly by just tapping and blending this product from the inside of the eye to the outside, just blending this slightly over the eyeshadows. Of course, it's very important that you first blend the inside of the darker eyeshadows very seamlessly, because or else you're gonna see lines. But when you just blend very nice, you don't have to do it and go over it again with an eyeshadow brush to blend everything together, because it will already be blended. And it's just like a very easy look to create, you know. I'm not doing any cut crease or things like that. It's just like when you wake up and you want to do a little bit of a different look, or you want to have something easy, then you can just do this kind of makeup. Because for me, this is like when I don't have time, when I just want to look glamorous, but it needs to be done in like 2, 3, 4, 5, max 10 minutes. And yeah, you just pop it on, you put on some lashes, and it's an amazing look, you know. And nobody will think like, oh, she used her fingers or whatever. It's just like about working on some parts like very precisely, and just use your fingers and apply, and quick on other places, because those places can't go wrong. So as you can see, we have like now a very beautiful base from the eyeshadow, and now I'm going to do an eyeliner. I'm going to use the Inglot 77 eyeliner with an eyeliner brush, and this is the brush I'm going to use. This is from my own collection. This one is also available on www.pariscon.com. That is my new website, and my new website sells brush kits. It sells the makeup I use, if it's mentioned down below in this video. But this brush is available in a brush set, and it's called brush set. So if you go on the website, you go to cosmetics, then you type in, or you look for cosmetics or brush set, I'm sorry. So then you click on cosmetics, you look at brush set, and then you will see this brush into a brush set. I think it's a brush set from 20 pieces, so you have a lot. You have like a blush brush, you have a foundation brush, you have some eyeshadow brushes, and it's just an amazing set. The reason why I want to do this is because I hear a lot of questions from people, or I have The reason why I want to do this is because I get a lot of questions from people and ask me, where do you buy your makeup? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Well, of course, I'm using the regular brands like NYX, Huda Beauty, Revolution, Fenty, etc., etc. But I think it's like very common to just put them in the description bar and that you can see them so you can order them. But if it's something that is from my own company or something that is from a web shop that I want to represent or they ask me to represent it, I will also put it down in the description bar, and then you can always order it, and then you can always order it through my website. And if you order on the website, you will always get it less expensive than when you order it actually directly with them, because I have always 20% discount. So it's a recommendation by me. You don't have to fill in any codes, etc., etc. It's always 20% off than the regular or the normal price. Same thing with the fashion. The fashion is also inside of the website. So everything what you see me wearing on Instagram or that I feel like is something that I want to represent, then you can always order it and see it. Then you can always see it and order it on the website. So for eyeliner, I just want to create like a very dramatic, thick eyeliner, and that's what I'm gonna do off camera. So very quickly, I'm gonna put on an eyeliner and some lashes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I popped on the eyeliner and some lashes, and now we are going to finish the eye look. What I'm gonna do is, well, first I have to find my brush. So, okay, I found my brush. So next thing we want to do is dip in with a more flat shader brush. This one is from H&M. And we are going to dip in into that same darker purple color, and the same thing with this palette. We are going to dip in into the, well, I think I'm going to dip in into this one. So at the same time, I'm going to load my brush a little bit with both, and we are slowly going to apply this underneath the lash line from the lower lashes. You can see that this is really creating a little bit more like that smoky effect. H&M, a flat brush but clean. I'm going to dip in into this rich Huda Beauty palette, and I'm going to dip it into this beautiful, more shiny color, and I'm going to apply this from the inner corner slightly more towards the middle of my eye, down, and then from the center I'm also going to apply this a little bit more upwards. Then to give my eyes that extra seductive look, I'm going to dip in again into this Inglot 77 eyeliner, and I'm going to apply this black into the waterline. And as you can see, this is really creating that intense, beautiful framed, intense eye look. I love it when I apply this. This gives this like that extra touch. Then we are completely finished actually with the eye look. I really love it. It's really beautiful. It's intense. It is glamorous, and it's very easy to do. Next thing I'm going to do is my lips, and I'm going to use this NYX Suede pencil in the color Soft Spoken. And as you can see, I draw the outside line of my lips, and I made little lines, so I will create a little bit of an ombre lip, because now I'm going to dip it into the Fenty gloss, and with this I'm going to apply from the center, and I'm going to go work outwards, and the lines will diffuse. They will get a little bit color, but at the same time I will keep it very natural, like it's actually basically my own lips, but with a little bit of a purple sheen. Wow guys, I live for this. So beautiful. Like, it still looks like you have your own lips. It looks very natural. I didn't touch the outside of the lip liner. I just went inside and I just tried to create this ombre lip, and look how big and how glamorous and how full your lips are looking after this. Absolutely gorgeous. Then what I always do is, when I have already my base on for a while, I'm just gonna go over the places where I feel like there's some shine popping up. So I'm just gonna go over my face with this brush, and there's a little bit left over from a setting powder on it. So I'm just gonna go slightly over my face to brush everything, to see if there are any patches, or maybe I leaned with my hand a little bit on my face because I was doing an eye look, and then I just look how everything looks, if everything is flawless. For me, it looks flawless right now. My eyebrows are perfect, my eyes are looking insane, and my lips are perfect too. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my face with a setting spray. And then this is my favorite part, when my base is still settling down. So it's settling down in the way of the fixing spray is getting dry. I'm just going to dip into my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter with, and this is a brush from also the brush set. So this one you also get into the brush set that is mentioned in on pariscom.com. And I'm just going to dip into this highlighter, and when it's still wet, I'm just going to go over where I want to put the highlight. And lately I'm putting my highlighter a little bit higher than I usually do, because before I always used to put my highlighter more on the cheekbone. Now I go a little bit above and I blend it towards the cheekbone. Slightly I just step this in and blend the edges a little bit. Any highlight on the chin, a little bit on the lip, and a little bit on the point of the nose. And then also one of my favorite parts is to just slightly with the leftover go a little bit above the brow. Sometimes I also like press my brush on the brow bone and I just go over the eyebrow. And this creates really that beautiful lift that you want in your eyes. Alrighty, and then I go over it again a second time with the fixing spray, just to create that extra glow. And today I'm also using a little bit of a glowy foundation. Foundation I use, by the way, is from Revolution. This is the Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Foundation with hyaluronic acid. It's a medium to full coverage. Absolutely recommend this foundation. And I do absolutely recommend this foundation, especially when I have dry skin. I just prep my skin very well, and then I use this hyaluronic acid foundation, extra glow, and I just use a few times some extra setting spray just to keep it hydrated and also to make sure that everything stays during the day. So this is the final look. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will do more like this kind of videos that I just create my own base before on camera, and then after we just use some products and we just quickly make a look. So then from, like, let's say every 3-4 days you will see different kind of eye looks, you will see different kind of lip looks, you will see a little bit more different kind of ways of application from highlighters, blushes and bronzers, etc, just to change a little bit, but still using the same kind of products, because we are still in lockdown and I cannot buy any new products. So I'm going to use what I have into my stash, and then every single day we are going to make a little bit of a different kind of look according to eyes, or according to lips, or according to some techniques that I'm using when I'm applying something. So I want to thank you all for watching today's video. If you like this kind of videos, then please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, you would do me a big favor with subscribing, and you can just hit the notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you will be the first one who get a notification. So then I want to thank you all for watching. Enjoy your day, enjoy your makeup look, and love you guys. Bye.